In this video, I want to help you guys hack the way that you buy a house. Because realistically, the lower we can get our monthly payment, the more house we can afford and the better lifestyle we can live. If you guys want to get into the real estate investing business by way of buying your first personal house, rental property, flip property, Airbnb, or group home, this is a great video for you to watch. By no means is this only for people who are looking to get qualified for a loan. This is also for the person who wants to get into real estate via the creative methods. Realistically, no matter how you want to get in, a mortgage is gonna play unless you're just paying cash. Let's get right into this. What's up guys, this is your boy Sawan Belcher. Welcome to the This Is Me Taking Action YouTube channel. Here we drop real estate facts so that way you can learn how to dominate the real estate market and overall make as much money as you want during a 30-day period of time while you cherry pick the very best deals for yourself. And we actually drop real estate facts every week on our newsletter, so I'll leave a link below to our website so you can join that and get that every week to dominate your market. Now, to get right into this, here are 4 things that's gonna help impact your monthly payment for your mortgage now or for the mortgage that you're gonna have. And we'll kind of break those things down for you. The first thing is interest, okay? The interest rate that you pay on the money that you borrow from the bank or from the seller, okay, we'll get into that later, will determine your monthly payment. The difference between you agreeing to a 6% interest rate and you agreeing to a 5% interest rate every single month, that could be hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Okay, interest is not necessarily a bad thing, and I don't want you to see it like that, because reasonably, I actually pay a lot of my real estate investors who invest with me long term, I pay them 10 to 14% interest. It's over a few things. It's number one, the market is, where everyone else is charging on their, on their interest. And then also, what do you look like? Credit worthiness. Realistically, the better your credit, the better built out your profile is. The more people you owe and pay on time, the better your interest rate will be. And also, lastly, the deal that you got. How much the house appraised for versus how much you're buying it for, and realistically, how good of a house do you have in a particular area you have. But an interest rate is definitely going to play a huge part in how much your mortgage payment is. Now, either way, like I said, do not let the interest rate deter you from buying, because it's simply interest, okay? It's just the amount that you're paying to borrow. One thing about interest is you can always use certain strategies like splitting up your payments every month to kind of kill and eliminate interest over time. You can always make a 13th payment at the end of each year, which essentially will cut down 7 years off of your mortgage. There's so many things you can do to cut the interest down that you can. It's just a part of actually the money and financial system here in the United States. So don't be afraid of it. The second thing is how much you pay. Okay. Now, a lot of people believe just whatever the property is listed for, that's what you have to pay. Not at all. Okay. In the real estate investing business, I almost never pay the price that's listed or suggested or asked. I always make an offer based off of what I would like to pay for the property. And realistically, I'm determining the price that I pay for property compared to the neighbors in the area. Now, when an appraiser comes out and determines what your property is worth, they look at a 2-mile radius, similar beds, similar baths, square footage, and within the same time frame that the house was built, and also the exterior framework. Is it brick? Is it vinyl? Is it stucco? But essentially, you're gonna figure out how much the property is worth, fixed up or as is, and then get the price under that amount. Okay, not under 5,000, not under 10,000, but a fair amount. Okay, 20, 30,000 that looks great to the person who will be lending you the money for this deal. Realistically, the better loan to value you can get it at, the better interest rate, the better terms you'll get for the loan. Next, of course, is how much down payment you put down. And realistically, I know everybody wants to put the least amount down that you can, but see the down payment as security, okay? Now, with an FHA loan, they do allow you to put down 3%, 5%, or 10%, but just understand that whenever you're putting these lower amounts down, PMI comes into play, private mortgage insurance. Essentially, this is insurance that the banks have to get to protect them just in case you default. But instead of them paying for it, of course, they push that fee onto you. So inside of the escrow, that's the next thing that's going to affect your mortgage payment. You have this PMI, you have the interest, taxes, and insurance. Now, most mortgage companies or banks, even sellers who are willing to finance you, want you to put all of this inside of an escrow account to make sure it's paid. Because realistically, if your property taxes are not paid, then the state can sell the property and wipe out the mortgage in some states. And if you don't have insurance, if the property burns down, that could put that financial institution at risk. So reasonably, you need to make sure that you have great insurance. Now, making sure your replacement cost is good, but also making sure you have an awesome premium. The way I kind of check on this is every year I'm making sure I compare. So right now I have homeowners insurance with State Farm, and I also have some policies with Lytics and Farm Bureau. But the reason why I'm using different companies is because I'm comparing. I have a spreadsheet with the properties, beds, baths, square footage, and all the different updates that apply. And I shop my insurance with all these different agencies once a year to make sure I'm getting the best possible rates with the best possible coverages. And that'll help you keep your mortgage payment lower, because once again, there's gonna be an escrow that's attached to your mortgage where principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and of course PMI in there as well, that's all included in one payment. Now, believe it or not, you can affect your taxes. Now, when you buy a property and you start upgrading it, at the end of every year or every other year, your county will send you like this little card and they'll say, hey, did you do any updates to it? Now, some of us will say, yeah, I did do some updates to it. I added a garage. We did an add-on, and what they do is whenever you say that you added something on, they add that to the tax value. The tax value is not how much your property is worth. It's just the calculation of how they calculate how much you pay in property taxes. Reasonably, how good your house is, how big it is, and also how much property you have, how much land you have, and the zoning of that determines your tax rate. So if you want to look at zoning, if you want to look at your tax bill, you can attest your taxes. Going from an RS, residential zoning, to an ag, to an AG will lower your taxes. Like right now, my property is not a residential zoning. It is agricultural. We quote unquote live on a farm. All this does is give us better property tax advantages so that we pay less in property taxes for more house, okay? So look, these are the 4 things that help or harm your monthly mortgage payments whenever you're buying a house. So just make sure that whenever you're doing your numbers, you're looking at your budget, that you're looking at all 4 of these categories to see how you can twist and turn them to get the best monthly payment possible. To learn more about real estate investing, follow us right here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and press the like button so we can pop up in your feed more. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.